Good morning, guys. Today, the last topic in first unit, depth, area, duration. It is nothing but a DAD course and design storm in hydrological hydrology. So these are two topics I will explain step by step, and I will complete this chapter at the end of this session. Guys, the here in the previous sections, not is maximum, and this is always larger than the average depth of increase with the increase in area and a decrease with the increase in the duration. Also, the difference is more for collective and overall expression than percent. To obtain a quantitative relationship between P naught and P, series of storms with the data obtained from recording linkages are to be analyzed. The analysis of a typical storm is described below, followed by a worked out example. Guys, here this is the just like the introduction. Once the sufficient rainfall, but clearly the depth area duration curves indicates once the sufficient rainfall records for the region are collected, the basic or raw data can be analyzed and processed to produce useful information in the form of curves or statistical values for use in the planning of water resource development projects. Many hydrologic problems require an analysis of time as well as aerial distribution of storm rainfall. Depth area duration analysis of a storm is done to determine the maximum amounts of rainfall within various durations over areas of various size. The preparation of DAD course is done in the following steps. Step 1. Examine the rainfall records of the region in which catchment area. Examine the rainfall records of the region in which the catchment area under consideration is located. Also consider records of meteorologically similar regions. From it, prepare a list of most severe storms with their dates of occurrence and duration. For the listed severe storms, prepare isohythal maps and determine the rainfall values over the area of each isohyth. Rainfall contour. Rainfall contour is nothing but a isohyth. Draw on a graphical curves connecting area and rainfall values for different durations. Say first day rainfall, second day rainfall, and third day rainfall. Here, just I will give the example. The curves shown in figure are called depth area duration curves. Here, the x-axis area 1000 km square and the y-axis is rainfall centimeter. Maximum one day is a 16 centimeter, and the second day maximum today 18 centimeters, and the maximum third day 20 centimeter. And the what is the uses of the DOD curves? Although most severe storm in the listed storms may not have occurred right over the catchment under consideration, there is possibility of such occurrence. So, from DAD curves, one day, second day, third day rainfall depths for the catchment area of the proposed project are read. They give the rainfall depths when the storm are centered over the catchment area. Here, I will explain the graph clearly. The storm rainfall data is plotted on the basin map and the isohyets are drawn. These isohyets divide the area into various zones. On the same map, the Thais polygons are also constructed for all the rain gauge stations. The polygon of a rain gauge station may lie in different zones. Thus, uh, each zone will be influenced by a certain number of gauges, whose polygonal areas lie either fully or partially in the zone. The gauge which influence each zone along with their influencing areas. Guys, here next, for each zone, the cumulative average depth of rainfall or aerial average is computed at various times using the data of rainfall mass curve at the gauges influencing the zone and applying the Bayesian weighted mean method. In other words, in this step, the cumulative depths of rainfall at different times recorded at different parts are converted into cumulative depths of rainfall for the zonal area at the corresponding time. Then the mass curves of average depth of rainfall per accumulated area are computed starting from the zone nearest to the storm center and by adding one more zone adjacent to it each time. Using the results obtained in the previous step and using the Bayesian weight in proportion to the areas of the zones. These mass curves are now examined to find the maximum average depth of rainfall for different durations and for various progressively increasing accumulated areas. The results are then plotted on semi-logarithmic paper. That is, for each duration, the maximum average depth of rainfall and an ordinary scale is plotted against the area on logarithmic scale. If a storm If a storm contains more than one storm center, the above analysis is carried out for each storm center. An enveloping curve is drawn for each duration. Alternatively, for each duration, a depth area relation of the form. Okay, guys, this is called about the this is called of the DAD curves. Here now I'm going to the guys here hydraulic design storms. Hydraulic design, the water control, peak flows, erosion, pollution, etc. Water management, domestic and industrial use irrigation in streams. I'm sorry for interrupting you guys. Here some technical problem is there, but I can do. Here guys, design storm. Design storm precipitation pattern defined for use in the design of hydrologic system serves as an input to hydrologic system can be defined by hydrograph and isohydral map. Uh, Hydrograph time distribution of rainfall and isohydral map spatial distribution of rainfall. Now, extreme value EV distributions. Extreme values, maximum or minimum values of sets of data. Annual maximum discharge, annual minimum discharge. When the number of selected extreme values is large, the distribution converges to one of the three forms of EV distributions called type 1, 2, and 3. Here EV type distribution, distribution of annual maximum stream flow on EV1 distribution. Here M1, M2, MNB set of daily rainfall or stream flow and let X means maximum MI be the maximum for the year. If MI are independent and identically distributed, then for a larger N, X has an extreme value type 1 or Gumbel distribution. EV type 3 distribution and design point precipitation. Historic data of precipitation is available. Precipitation data are converted to different durations. Annual maximum precipitation for a given duration is selected for each year. Frequency analysis is performed to derive design precipitation depths for different return periods. The depths are converted to intensities by dividing by precipitation durations. And IDF curves be already IDF curves by frequency analysis. Um, get annual maximum series of precipitation depth for a given duration. Use EV1 Gundel distribution to find precipitation depth for different returns. Ball. Use EV1 Gumbel distribution to find precipitation depth for different return periods. Repeat 1 and 2 process for different duration. Plot depth versus duration for different frequencies. IDF curve and when you design reinforced data, this is a rainfall frequency analysis. Rainfall frequency is not. Here, most often hydrologists are interested in precipitation hydrographs and not just the peak estimates. Techniques for developing design precipitation hydrographs, SCS method, triangular hydrographic method using idea of relationships. Actually, these all slides are not required. This is a very detailed subject. That's why two slides to you. That is the only I will explain here. Here, yes, this is also important to you. The probable maximum storm. Probable maximum storm temporal distribution of rainfall given as maximum accumulated depths for a specified duration. Information on spatial and temporal distribution on PMP is required to develop probable maximum storm hydrograph and a probable maximum flood. PMF greatest flood to be expected assuming complete coincidence of all factors that would produce the heaviest rainfall and maximum runoff. Flood of unknown frequency. Most structures are not designed for PMF, but for greatest floods that may be reasonably expected for local conditions, meteorology, topography, and hydrology. The design flood is commonly called standard project flood, derived from standard project storm. Guys, so today we completed. Today now successfully we completed the unit 1 in water resources engineering 1. Here now I want to remind it what we learned in unit 1. First, just already since 4 to 5 classes, I clearly explain step by step, and I want to remain these all things. The first one is engineering hydrology and its applications. Next, hydrologic cycle and hydrological data, sources of data, and precipitation, types and forms of precipitation, measurement of precipitation, rain gauge network, presentation of rainfall data, average rainfall, continuity and consistency of rainfall data, frequency of rainfall, and intensity duration. Frequency is nothing but IDF curves, and depth area duration DAD curves, and the probable maximum precipitation PMP, and design storm. These all concepts we discussed and we learned clearly. Thank you, and in next class I will start the second unit.